This is practice test number 5, and we're working here on problems 3 through 6. And the problem states that the following involve a one-sample z-test to examine the difference between one sample and a population. So we are using the one-sample z-test to determine if there is a significant difference between a sample taken from a population. Now, to answer these questions, I've stated the two rules that we should be concerned with at the top of the page. If the p-value is greater than 0.05, then we would fail to reject the H sub O, which is the null hypothesis, and we would conclude there is no significant difference between the sample and the population. If the p-value is less than 0.05, then we would reject the null hypothesis, H sub O, and conclude there is a significant difference between the sample and the population. So as we go through these problems, we're going to see z-scores that correspond to the p-values, but the only thing we need to really focus on is the value of the p, and that will decide what our answer is going to be. So in number 3, it reads that in the statement z is equal to 1.42, the p-value is greater than 0.05. Which of the following interpretations is true? Now, because the p is greater than 0.05, then we fail to reject the null hypothesis, and we conclude there is no significant difference, and that would be letter C. There is not a significant difference between the sample value and the population. On number 4, same type of problem. In the statement z is equal to 3.14, p is less than 0.05, which of the following interpretations is true? And because the p is less than 0.05, we're going to reject the null hypothesis and conclude there is a significant difference, and that would be letter A. There is a significant difference between the sample value and the population. And then the same thing as we go on to number 5. We read, after conducting a one-sample z-test, you arrived at a value of 5.7 for the z-value and p less than 0.05. What is your conclusion? P is less than 0.05. We reject the null hypothesis, which is letter A. And then on number 6, we read, after conducting a one-sample z-test, you arrive at a value of 0.2 for the z-value and p greater than 0.05. What is your conclusion? And because the p is greater than 0.05, we fail to reject the null hypothesis, which is really the same as saying that we accept the null hypothesis, and our answer would be letter B.